Hi, thank you for joining me on the floor today. I have never been an artist up until recently. I definitely like a more vintage grandma look when it comes to home decor and really everything. I'm an avid Pinterest user. I love Pinterest. It's probably my most used social media app. I would always pin these gorgeous vintage oil paintings on Pinterest, and I would just lust and crave after them. One of my favorite YouTubers is XO McKenna. McKenna's mom does oil painting, and she's so good at it, and it's classical oil painting, and they're just gorgeous and beautiful. And I would watch XO McKenna's videos and get so jealous because she had every painting she ever wanted at her fingertips, because she found them at antique stores, thrift stores, estate sales, and then if she ever wanted something specific, she could just ask her mom to paint it for her, and her mom would do it. So jealous. I want a mom that will paint for me. Earlier this year, I came to the realization that if I want my own beautiful oil paintings, that I should just paint them myself. Although I've always been a very hobby-oriented person, I've never been much of an artsy person. I know that may seem kind of contradicting, but my sister is very artsy. She does pottery and sketch and painting, and she just does all of the artsy things. So I always thought it was her thing, and that she was so good at it and I would just not be, because I couldn't even sketch. I was not good at even sketching. And then last Christmas I was making these paper mache Christmas ornaments and painting them, which was so much fun, and I realized that I was actually really good at mixing the colors to get the perfect color that I wanted. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to try oil painting. Maybe it's not that hard. I should just try it. Turns out I'm pretty okay at it. I'm definitely not an expert oil painter. I'm definitely not a painting instructor. Some people have asked me if I would be good at teaching. Probably not. Probably not. But I thought in this video I could kind of show you where I started from. Show you the supplies that I have, because I have very, very simple supplies, and what I've been able to paint from it. So if you have been wanting some oil paintings, some specific customizable paintings, here's your chance to start. It's just worth a try. I'm going to show you kind of the basic supplies that I have and the inspiration. This is my oil painting box, and this is where I keep all of my supplies. You don't need everything in here. This is just what I have collected over the last 6 months about. First up, you obviously need something that you can paint on. I got this paper pad from Hobby Lobby. I got it for $17, and I have painted quite a lot of things, and I still have loads of oil painting paper left in here. I really think that this is going to last me a long time, and I would say it's for sure worth your money. I would just look for oil painting paper. You don't have to paint on oil paper, but I found that it was probably the cheapest option and effective still. So that was $17, not too bad. And Hobby Lobby and other places like Joann's and different craft stores are always running sales or have coupons, so you could probably find it for pretty cheap at one of those, but I would just check your local craft stores first and see what they have. By no means do you have to have canvas or anything really super nice to get started. This is just fine. I have this little tin that I got at the thrift store. Again, you don't need this. but I thought it was a good way to store my paints. Really, I only have 5 colors, and you only need 5 colors to really get started. So I picked these all up at my Joann's, and I think Hobby Lobby had them too, but they were definitely cheaper at Joann's, and Joann's has amazing coupons, so you could even pick up just like one color every now and then and get it like 50% off, but each tube is $10 about. But like I said, Joann's has great coupons, so I have even picked these up for only like $5 before. And then the colors that I have is titanium white. You have to have a white, you can't go without it. Ultramarine blue. I think there's another type of blue that you could use, but ultramarine is definitely like a staple. Hansa yellow light. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hansa yellow light. There is another yellow. I think there's a cadmium yellow that is also one that you could use instead of this. I think I went with this because it felt warmer to me, maybe. And then burnt umber is a great one to start with, and cadmium red light. So those are like 5 colors that you need to start with. You don't need black. You can go without black because you can just mix it, but those are the 5 basic colors to start with. Like I said, they're about $10 per tube typically, but you can find them for cheaper. Oh, and I get the Gamblin 1980. It's not like the best of the best oil paint, but it's a good starting point. I have an oil that I mix in with my paint to make it so that it takes them a while to dry. It makes it smoother, so it's better to paint with, and I just use linseed oil. I got this at Hobby Lobby too for, it looks like $10. And this lasts a really long time. I've had it for 6 months and I'm about halfway through it, but it's probably gonna last me the rest of the year for sure. I have one of these little cylinders, I don't know what to call it, that I store my linseed oil in and reuse over and over again. So let me do this without making a mess. It's got a little basin in it that has holes at the bottom, and then your paint that you clean off your brushes in this sits at the bottom. I don't know how to explain it. This is just what I use to clean my brushes. Also, I'm not an expert at this, so there might be a better way of doing it. This is just how I've started and what I have learned on my own. I got this from Hobby Lobby also, I think for probably $5 or $6. And last, once you have finished your paintings, you want to find some sort of way to seal them, to keep them from getting dirty or damaged. And so I got this Winsor & Newton satin varnish, and I got this from Amazon, not for too much, probably like $10 or $13 from Amazon, and this will probably last me a million years because it is so full. But yeah, I don't feel like this is probably necessary, but if you want to preserve your paintings, it would be a good idea to varnish them with this after a week of drying at least. I have been using these vintage plates. This one I actually got at the thrift store for $2, and there was a time where I saw literally 20 of these like little serving plates, and I just think they're so cute and the perfect size for a palette. And so this one obviously hasn't really been used yet. The other ones, I did thrift 2 of them. 4 of them I got from my great grandma when she passed away. Some of these were given to me, and again, they are serving dishes. So I'm not using them for their intended use, and I'm sure she didn't use them for this, but I think it's a really fun way to use something that was handed down to me, and I will get a much more use from them this way than as serving platters, and I think it's been really fun. So I know they look horrible and dirty right now. I picked up this razor from Walmart, I think, for like $2, and I use this to clean off the paint. So it does take some work. I probably need to dedicate some time to actually doing this to a lot of them because they're all dirty except for the one. These are not necessary. You could literally put your paint on a piece of cardboard if you wanted to, or on one of these. But I feel like this is kind of a more sustainable way to have a paint palette. It's also fun like looking at it and seeing the different color palettes I used for different paint projects, because they're all a little different and it's just fun to take a look. I also used blue tape. I already had this, but you could pick this up for really cheap at Walmart or a hardware store. The last essential you'll need are obviously paintbrushes. Most of these paintbrushes are from Walmart and are super cheap. You don't need to have any specific type of paintbrush to oil paint. There are obviously some brushes that are going to be better than others, but seriously, like, you can use any type of paintbrush. So I got all of these from Walmart for really cheap. All of them except for like this one, which you think would be nice, but it isn't too nice. The bristles come out kind of easily, so it's kind of like a learning curve. Yeah, and then you also need one of these to mix your paint colors. This was from Hobby Lobby, probably for like $3. I like to keep all of mine in a pretty cup. But those are kind of the essentials and the sort of nice things to have, but not essentials, to get you started. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's get on to inspiration. Like I was saying earlier, I get all of my inspiration from Pinterest. Me showing my oil painting Pinterest board is like showing the depths of my soul to you. I feel like it's such a great reflection of how my brain thinks and how I visualize things creatively, and so it feels a little vulnerable to show people, but I'm going to do it for you guys. I have a few different boards on here, and I specify my inspiration based off of rooms that I want to decorate with. So we have living room, kitchen, dining, office, bedroom, kids, bathroom, and my mom. I kind of went over this in one of my recent videos where I talked all about my summer knitting, sewing, and oil painting plans, but let me show you a few things. Living room, we've got some kind of random things. There's some animals, some landscape, some still life. Kitchen is full of still life. I don't have much else. There's a little bit of landscape, but mostly still life. I love painting still life. It's definitely what I'm best at. Dining room is all florals. Office, because I hope to have an office someday to paint for, has kind of more feminine sort of things. Bedroom, both are landscapes. Kids, when I have kids someday, I would love to paint some like cutesy animal sort of paintings. And bathroom, all florals again. And for my mom, I want to paint a chicken someday. So that's kind of the inspiration that I have. Next, I do take a lot of inspiration from the frames that I thrift. All of my frames have been thrifted. That's how I find them the cheapest. There's also some really good quality frames at the thrift store, but this pin specifically I found and was like, oh my gosh, I have the exact same frame. So it's not quite the same, but it is similar. It's kind of basket weave. It's pink. It is smaller than this inspiration photo for sure, which is going to make it a little tricky to paint for. But I just have to do something similar to this. Let me show you how I plan to execute this inspiration photo. Okay, so this inspiration photo has an oval board framing out the little sheep in this photo. I actually did save these from a different frame that I thrifted, but it's too big, and so we're just going to use this kind of as a template. Instead of the stripes, I'm actually going to use this green fabric, so it'll look a little bit like that, but then there'll be a painting on the inside. I took this foam board from a different frame that I thrifted, and I'm going to cut out a new oval using this kind of as a template for this frame, and then we're going to cover it in the green fabric. For the actual painting, I think I'm going to paint a little goose in it, probably. Just because I'm going to have so little room after putting the oval in here. And so this seems like the perfect scenario. An animal, but it's not, it is very vertical and not too wide, so I think it's going to be the perfect happy medium. Okay, so I did a little bit of a sketch of our little goose, and it looks absolutely adorable. I can't wait to paint it and have this painting all finished. I cannot wait. I think it's going to be absolutely adorable. Just gonna get started on painting, I think. You also have to watch a show while painting. I don't make the rules, it's kind of just a requirement. My choice is gonna be Vampire Diaries.
I don't understand.
Here is the final painting. It turned out so cute. I am just so obsessed with it. I think I executed the inspiration really well. I love the goose. I have a goose sweater. Well, I guess it's a swan sweater that I knitted recently, and I've just been obsessed with ducks and geese and swans lately, and so this is perfect. And using this method, I have been able to create all of these other paintings. And although I'm not a professional, I have been able to make do with my limited knowledge and skills in oil painting, with just some little inspiration from Pinterest. So if you have been wanting to create some really personalized art pieces like this, I highly encourage just giving it a try, even if you don't even know how to draw. I don't think you need to. So yeah, give it a try. Let me know if you have questions, and obviously if there's something really specific that you want to paint, you can always look up a YouTube tutorial on it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.